Hi, everyone. Thanks for the chance to speak. I just want to talk briefly about the issue of the AI rollout in schools. So I want to go back to starting with the issue of Chromebooks in schools. If you think back to about 2012 or so, when Chromebooks began to be entered into schools, many thought leaders, including the president of Google himself, said that the goal was not to replace teaching activity, but to augment it, to improve it, to give teachers tools that they didn't previously had. Well, it's 2026 now, and I can ask how that lofty goal is going. Unfortunately, all over high schools around this country, and unless the two high schoolers on my block are lying to me, in classrooms all over the country, there are students spending the entire class period on the laptops, which was never the intention, rightly so, but that's what's happening in some of the schools around the country. The lesson I think here is you can't make policy on the basis of a best case scenario given to you by a thought leader. You have to assume, as I'm sure most of you know, you've done this for far longer than I have been involved with. You must know that you don't make policy on the basis of the best case scenario. You assume people are going to screw it up. You have a plan for figuring out how you're going to prevent that from happening or what the guardrails will be. But what is that best case scenario? Well, at the parent university recently, we heard from Chris Dede from Harvard Graduate School of Education, who told us that for AI, the best case scenario is as a learning partner rather than a content generator. So a content generator, you ask the AI, what's in Moby Dick? And it tells you, and that's bad. A learning partner says, how did you feel about chapter 4 of Moby Dick? And that's good. That's what allows you to actually learn from the AI. And who could disagree with that? That sounds like an excellent use of our time as if we're learners. But once again, we have to ask ourselves, is that what will really happen in the classroom? Or will something else happen? And what's our plan for preventing the more problematic uses of AI? And that's what I think parents wanted to know, what the details were. And I think they didn't hear that because what they heard was a thought leader telling us what the ideal case was and not what will actually happen in the schools. So I urge the board to continue reaching out to parents and giving us more information about this. Now, this may all be moot because I've actually just spoken to one of the architects of a New York state law that is proposing to ban artificial intelligence in classrooms across the state up until ninth grade. And one of the rationales or the principles that they say they are using is if you can't prevent the bad case scenario from happening with younger children, you don't get to do it at all. That is part of the rationale for cell phone bans, by the way. And I just would like us to think going forward as we continue to talk about these issues, what the school system would look like if we took principles like that seriously. If you can't prevent the bad case scenario, maybe we shouldn't be doing it all with younger children. And that's all I have to say. Thanks for the chance to speak.